What's going on, and welcome back. Today we're doing my first game pickups video of the year. These are some games that I got for Christmas and some games that I picked up this past month or so. I also picked something else up that I want to start off with. I got some Funko Pops. Listen, I don't collect Funko Pops, right? I see them all the time at the stores and stuff, and I just ignore them. I don't really think nothing of them. This past month, we were at a store called Entertain Mart, and my son, he's looking at all the Funko Pops or whatever. So I happened to go by there, and I saw something that caught my eye, and I was like, "You gotta be kidding me!" So I got these for what they were, right? What they represent. And I think I kind of opened a can of worms for myself, because there's not just these two. There's a few more of these, and I think I have to get them all. I think. And I'm not saying I'm gonna get like every Funko Pop there is, but I'm saying of these, right? So I went by, like I said, I was going by the Funko Pop aisle at the store called Entertain Mart, and I saw this. I was like, "You gotta be kidding me right now, right?" This is from Castlevania Nocturne, and I think I'm saying this right. Erzabet. I saw this. It's like, I've never seen, like, I see Funko Pops for like Dungeons and Dragons. It looks cool. They look cool, and like other stuff, like other video games. But I've never seen one for Castlevania, and you know I'm a huge Castlevania fan, so I had to pick this up. I did look because they have Rector Belmont, Maria, and Jolta. I can't see, I don't have my glasses with me. But I looked for Rector Belmont and I couldn't find him. So I got this one. I was like, dude, why not? This is Castlevania, right? This next one, my buddies Stetson and Kat got for me. This is, I guess, from the first Castlevania Netflix series. This is from, like I said, it's Nocturne from the original. This is Blue Fang. I don't know if you can see it or not because of the glare. Blue Fang. And I was looking at the back of this and I was like, dude, they have Trevor Belmont, Alucard, Sypha, Dracula, and then this one, Blue Fang. So you see, that's what I'm saying. I opened up a can of worms for myself, because now I gotta find all of these, as well as all of these. And we were at the store. We went to a bookstore, and they sell like Funko Pops along with books. You know, they specialize in books more, but there's Funko Pops and all kinds of stuff. But they had Maria and they had this other one, and I thought, you know what, man, I spent enough money today, so I better not. But next time we go over there, I might pick them up for sure. This next one, it's kind of funny. If you happen to watch last year's game tour, I have a closet, or it wasn't a closet, it was a restroom. I took the toilet out in the sink because they didn't work anymore. So, and then I put my game shelves in there just to have an extra room, right? On one of the walls, I had a poster from Saved by the Bell of Kelly Kapowski. I'll put the picture up somewhere here so you can see it. And she's in an outfit, and she's in a certain pose in this outfit, right? It's an old poster, dude, from back in the day. I don't know how old you guys are that are watching this, but back in the day when I was younger, Saved by the Bell was a show that I would watch, you know, every Saturday mornings, right? They'd show them after all the Saturday morning cartoons. That was like one of the last shows they showed before they went back to regular television. And I know you're probably thinking, what? Saturday morning cartoons? Yes! Saturday morning cartoons used to be a thing back then. I would get up very early on a Saturday and I'd watch from like 6 o'clock in the morning all the way to lunchtime. They show cartoons on Fox, and I want to say it was CBS or I think they show cartoons on CBS and NBC. I believe NBC was the one where they showed all the good ones, like Dungeons and Dragons and Captain N and the N Team. It said it was an old Nintendo show. And Super Mario Brothers, The Karate Kid, believe it or not, they had a Karate Kid cartoon back in the day. But then after all of that, right, than they did Saved by the Bell. So I got that poster of Kelly Kapowski because every kid back then used to have a crush on Kelly Kapowski. Anyways, I'm getting off of the point here. I saw this Funko Pop and I thought, dude, that's great. I can't believe it. So I picked it up. It's a Kelly Kapowski Funko Pop, and she's doing the same pose, and she's wearing the same outfit as the poster. So I was like, I gotta pick this up just because, like I said, for what it was. Now there are other. There's like 3 of them in this line of Saved by the Buffalo. I'm not gonna get the other 3, dude. I just wanted to get this one just because, like I said, of what it was and who it is. Now we're gonna get into some games. So there's only like a handful of physical Super Nintendo games that I want, and a handful of physical NES games that I want to own. And then after that, I'm fine with emulating everything else. But that weekend that I found those Funko Pops, I found one of the Super Nintendo games that I wanted, and that is Final Fantasy Mystic Quest. Now, I used to rent this back in the day, and I want to say that this isn't the hardest RPG ever made. As a matter of fact, I think they made this for people that have never played an RPG before. So I guess it's kind of like an introduction into the world of RPGs. I guess you can say it's very easy, very simple. It's not difficult at all. As a matter of fact, I could be wrong, but I think you might be able to get to the game in less than under 8 hours. So if you've never played an RPG before and you were kind of like, I don't know if I'll like them or not, I think that's why they made Final Fantasy Mystic Quest, is to give you an idea of what an RPG is. Like I said, it's not hard at all. It's really simple, and it's not a bad game. It's actually a pretty good game. But I used to rent it back in the day and play it. One of the reasons why I liked it was because it was easy, and I've always wanted an actual copy of it, but I've never seen one. And I finally found it at a game store in Odessa, Texas, called Retro Hall. I believe that's what it's called. I might be wrong if it is, and you guys happen to, from the video game store, and you happen to see this video, I'm sorry. I'll correct myself next time. But yes, this is a game that I've been wanting for a while, and I finally found it. And I just happened to go on a day that it was on sale, so I picked it up. Now at that same game store, I found another Final Fantasy game. It's Final Fantasy 9. I'm sorry for the glare. It's the Japanese import. Now I have this one, I have the North American version, but I've never seen a Japanese import Final Fantasy game in person. So I had to get this one, and it wasn't that expensive. I think for both of these, Mystic Quest and Final Fantasy 9, I think I paid it like $20, dude. $20 all together for both of them. That's because, like I said, I happened to go on a day that they had stuff for sale, and these were one of them. When I put this on the counter, the guy was like, "You understand that this is a Japanese import game, and everything in this game is in Japan or in Japanese, right?" I was like, "Yes." I go, "I have this game already, but like I said, I wanted to own this one because I like I never seen these before in person, and I like the way the cover looks." There was a time back in 2007 or 2008, I believe, that I wanted to have or pick up all the Japanese import Final Fantasy games, and I found them all on eBay, and I priced them out. And I gotta remember, back in the day, 2008, right? I could have got all of them for like $500, and I know that's like getting them for $500 now. The whole Final Fantasy collection and the Japanese imports, they're gonna be more than $500 now. But I like these covers, dude. I like the way they do their covers for Final Fantasy. They're all white and they have nice artwork to them. If you look inside and you see the book, if I can get it out here, it's gonna be hard for you to see, but they come with like real art, like the artwork they put in these booklets and on the covers is really nice. So I was like, dude, and then the book's not in the best shape ever because it's kind of like a little crunchy, but dude, I had to get this done for the price. I couldn't beat it. I had to pick it up, but yeah, a couple of retro games that I got this past month. Like I said, Final Fantasy Mystic Quest and Final Fantasy 9. So I picked up a copy of Celeste on the Switch. I've seen this cover before. I was aware of this game. I just didn't know what kind of game this was until recently. It was suggested to me on YouTube, so I watched the video, and as soon as I saw it, I was like, dude, I have to have this game, man. It's a platformer that starts off fairly simple, and I want to always mention these games because they're some of my favorites, and they're similar as far as like not gameplay, but like as difficulty goes. It's like the Ori games, right? They start off fairly simple, but the further you go in, the difficulty ramps up a little bit, right? Those are great. Those are Metroidvanias that are awesome platformers. This one, I don't think this is a Metroidvania. This is a platformer that, again, it starts off simple, and as you're going through it, the difficulty ramps up, and I like that, right? It's not impossible, but I love the idea that, or not the idea, but the further you go in, the harder it gets. And if you die in this game, they immediately starts you back at that starting point of that area, and you figure your way to get through that section of the game. And dude, I love playing games like this. I saw it, I was like, oh my gosh, dude. Like I said, I was aware of this game, and I seen this cover before, but I didn't know what kind of game it was until recently. So I was like, dude, I need to get this. This looks like it's gonna be fun. It looks like it's gonna be a challenge, and I want to play it. And then I heard the soundtrack to this game, and that's it. That's where I was sold. I was like, oh my god, what a awesome soundtrack. So yeah, I picked up a copy of this, and dude, this game came out in 2018, and here we are, 2025, and I still paid full price for a copy of this. A physical copy, right? But I'm pretty sure if you get it digitally, they'll be way cheaper. So if you like platformers and you've never played this, dude, I highly recommend you pick it up, because I think you'll enjoy it, especially if you enjoy like really challenging and difficult platformers. Now, I had to pick up a copy of Balatro. I've never heard of this game, and I saw that it was getting nominated for Game of the Year, and I was like, what's the big deal? It's a card game, right? It's a roguelike deck building card game, and it was going against games like Metaphor and Final Fantasy Astral Bot, and I said, dude, what's the big deal, right? It's a card game. So I picked it up just to see what it was about, and dude, now I see what all the hype is about. It's a lot of fun. Now I'm not into poker. I don't really know how to play poker, but I started playing this game, and dude, if you want to play a game that is fun and you want to find something that's a good time killer, pick up Balatro. This is one of those games that if I'm playing a game and I finish it and I want to take a break before I start on the next game, dude, I'll play this one, dude. Like I said, it's a lot of fun. I didn't know how to play poker when I first started playing this game, so at first I had a difficult time with it, but I figured it out. And now I see what all the fuss is about, man. Balatro, like I said, if you haven't played it, pick it up. I got the import version of the game, the PAL version, I'm sorry, but it's pretty cool because it comes with some cards. It comes with a couple of packs of cards that I'll probably never open them up, but I thought it's a cool little novelty to having that they give you with the game. Special edition, I'm pretty sure they're all special editions, but yeah, like I said, if you haven't picked up a copy of Balatro yet, pick it up and you'll see what the fuss is about. It's a lot of fun. Now, I picked up a copy of Metaphor Refantasio. I said a few videos back that I was going to try to get through as many RPGs as I possibly could this year, and this is one of the first ones that I wanted to get through, and I played through it, and dude, what a wonderful game this was. I love the art style of this game, the story, and the animation that they put in this game, the cutscenes, the animated cutscenes, that they were great. Here's the thing, dude. That last, I'm not gonna, if you haven't played this, I'm not gonna give too much away, but that last part of the game before you end it gets very, very difficult. Dude, I was like enjoying the game until I got to that part. I was like, oh my god, dude. It was so hard. It was so hard. Now, RPGs aren't the shortest thing in the world. They're not the shortest games to play in the world. They take 60 to 100 plus hours to complete some of them. This one took me 67 hours. 67. So by the time I got to the end, I was like, dude, I just want to be done with this game already so I can move on to the next one. And I got to that last section and I was like, dude, this is hard. This is so hard. It's going to take me forever to beat it. And I was sitting here, back in the day, if you remember, I'd be filming videos and we could hear my son in his room yelling, playing video games. Oh, how the tables have turned. This past week when I finished this game finally, he was in his room playing video games with his door closed, mind you. And I'm sitting in here trying to get past this game and I'm yelling and I'm freaking losing my mind because I kept dying. I was like, dude, I can't do this. I was like, I can't do this. This shit is too hard. This shit got very difficult. 3 hours. 3 hours it took me to beat the final boss of just dying over and over. I was like, dude, I need to, and it was like 10 o'clock at night. I had to work the next day and I was like, I need to get through this game, man. I'm done with this. I'm done with it. If I don't finish it tonight, I'm gonna put it up and I'm not gonna play it again. And I finally beat it. And I gotta say, that night I slept like a baby knowing that this game was done with. But it's not a bad game, like I said, it's actually pretty damn good. If you haven't played it and you like RPGs, then pick it up and try it out, man, because I think you'll enjoy it, especially if you like the Persona games. It pretty much plays almost exactly like the Persona games, right? My first Persona game that I finished was Persona 3, and I wasn't used to like playing RPGs in that style of gameplay, but since I got through that game, I understood how this one worked, so it was pretty fun, man. So like I said, if you haven't played it, pick it up. Now, I finally picked up a copy of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I went to Walmart during Black Friday and they had it for $30. I was like, dude, I need to pick this one up, man. It's only 30 bucks. I got to the first one. I haven't played this one yet. I haven't opened it yet. I don't know what's in here. The case, it feels kind of heavy. I don't know if this comes with a booklet. I could probably be wrong, dude. I don't know, but I was like, dude, I got $30, dude. I gotta pick this game up. I can't wait to get into it. This will probably be the next RPG that I play. But like I said, when I play an RPG, I gotta commit myself because how long they take. So when I was playing Metaphor Fantasy, I was telling a buddy of mine, I was like, dude, I could have already finished like 3 games. By the time I finished this one, I could have already finished three games. But yeah, man, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, dude. There's not really much to talk about. You know, everybody knows this. But I need to play it here pretty soon and see how good it is, because I heard it was really great. I picked up a copy of Dragon Quest III HD 2D Remake. It's been a while since I played a Dragon Quest game. The first Dragon Quest game that I ever played was called Dragon Warrior on the NES. And I played a little bit of Dragon Quest VIII on the PS2. I thought, you know what, man, now it's time for me to get back into the Dragon Quest games again. So I picked this one up, dude. The Happy Console Gamer sold me this game. Dude, he's good at that. Let me tell you, he's good at selling games. I gotta say, he sold me Metaphor Fantasio, and now he sold me this one. When I saw his video on this game and the way the game looked, the music of the game, I was like, dude, I need to pick this one up. This looks like it's gonna be a lot of fun. So yeah, man, Dragon Quest III, I need to play through this one, and hey, you never know, this might be where it all starts for me and falling in love with the Dragon Quest series. Like I said, I only have Dragon Warrior on the NES, which I played years ago when it first came out, and then Dragon Quest VIII, which I never even got through. I know some of you probably played through Dragon Quest VIII and you're like, dude, play it. You can enjoy it. And I like the visuals of that game. I like the art style of that game. So hey, maybe after I played through Dragon Quest III, like I said, I might fall in love with the Dragon Quest series again and start playing Dragon Quest VIII and pick the rest of them up. But yeah, they're one of the games I'm definitely going to play through this year is this one, Dragon Quest III HD 2D Remake. So a few days before Black Friday, I was at Walmart and they already had games for sale. I don't think at the time they were selling them. I think they were saving them or waiting for Black Friday, but I saw it in there and I took a chance and I asked the girl that was working the electronics section if I could get it, and she sold it to me, and it's Gran Turismo 7. Now, I've been wanting this game for a while, but I didn't want to pay, dude, $70 for a racing game, and they had it for $19. I was like, dude, I need to get it now while they have it on sale and before Black Friday, because they'll probably sell out, right? Because this game, it hasn't gone down in price yet. As a matter of fact, I think on Amazon they're still like $54. The price might have gone up, but they were on sale for a couple weeks after Christmas. They were still going for $19. And like, dude, and they were still going for $54 on Amazon. I was like, man, if somebody was smart enough, I mean, I didn't want to do it, but because I'm not that kind of guy, but if somebody was smart enough, they could have picked up a few of these copies for like $19 a piece and resold them for like full price, I guess. But I've been wanting this game, like I said, for a long time. And if you watched my game room tour, you saw that I have my steering wheel and my pedals out. I pulled them out just so I could play this game. I have a buddy at work that that's all he plays is Gran Turismo 7. That's all he plays. And he's always talking about it, and he's always like, I gotta get out of work and I gotta go home and I gotta race. I'm like, dude, when he was telling me about that, I was like, what do you mean you gotta race? What are you doing? He's like, playing Gran Turismo 7. He's like, that's the only game that I play because that's the only game that I like. Well, he likes other stuff, but he is in love with Gran Turismo 7. So I thought, dude, he made it sound like it was like a fun game, and it made me want to play it even more. So I was like, dude, $19 for, I gotta pick it up, man. I haven't played it yet, but it's gonna be one of those games that like an RPG I'm gonna have to like kind of commit to, because the way he talks about it is there's a learning curve to this game. And I've played Gran Turismo games before, and they're not easy. The driving part's not easy, but this is a game that I'm gonna really enjoy trying to learn, and I want to get good at it for sure. and maybe one day I can race him online. Now, this past Christmas, my buddy Stetson and Kat got me Tomb Raider 1, 2, and 3 remastered. Now, I've mentioned this before. A while back, my mom bought me my first PlayStation, and one of the games that she got me, I want to say was, yeah, she got me the first Tomb Raider and Resident Evil 2. At the time, right, I saw Tomb Raider actually was my first game that I ever played on the PlayStation, and at the time I saw the opening cinematic, I guess, where they're fighting and there's a dragon, and I thought, dude, this is the best thing ever. I had never seen anything like that. Like, this is the best. This is like, we're not gonna get any better than this. You gotta understand, you know, back in the day, I was coming off of the Super Nintendo straight into the PlayStation, so I had never seen anything like this before in my life. I was blown away, and I started playing the game, and it was really difficult. Not the difficulty of the game, but the controls, because I wasn't used to playing the game in 3D. It was the same thing with Resident Evil 2. I had a real hard time with it because I couldn't get acclimated to the controls, but I figured it out, and now, of course, you know, it's no problem. But I want to play the remastered. I have 1 and 2. I've never played 3 before, and I want to see if they still stand up to today's standards. You know, see if the control. And I remember I tried playing Tomb Raider probably last year. I was emulating it on my game station. I think that's what it is, the game station. And I was like, dude, these controls are horrible. I didn't like the controls in the game, but I don't know, maybe they fixed them for this one. We'll see. But yeah, I can't wait to get into this one and try it out again. Another game that was given to me this Christmas from my buddy Mark was Forspoken. Now, I started playing this game, and I thought, wait a minute, Square Enix made this? Now, the reason I say it like that is because I was like, dude, what the hell? Like, it wasn't bad. The game wasn't bad. The visuals in the game is what kind of threw me off a little bit, because I'm used to seeing like these beautiful worlds. It's like an open world game almost, and I'm used to seeing like all these beautiful like worlds, and the world in this game, it kind of just looked bland. It almost looked, it wasn't pleasing for the eyes. Let me put it that way. I got through it. I played through it, but I was like, I don't know. There was something about this game that it felt generic, is the best way I can put it. It felt generic. It didn't feel like a Square Enix game. It felt like some company made it, and like this was their first game they ever made, and they're just trying to get out there. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, it wasn't pleasing. It wasn't. I'm struggling with the words here because I'm not trying to make this game sound bad. But like I said, it was okay. Let's put it that way. It was okay. It wasn't great, but it was all right. I'm gonna make a video on this game maybe later on, sometime this year. I don't know, man. And talk about it because, dude, I guess I expected more from Square Enix, and I keep forgetting. While I was playing the game, I was like, I try to tell myself, I was like, dude, Square Enix made this. This should be good. It should be good, but I don't know, man. There was something about this game that it didn't sit right with me. I didn't say I didn't enjoy it, because I didn't enjoy it. I didn't. I had an okay time with it. Let's put it that way. And if you haven't played it, dude, I don't know if I can recommend this one. This is the first time I'm going to say this. I don't know if I can recommend this one. I mean, there's people that probably played it, that probably enjoyed it. He enjoyed it. He's like, you need to try this. You're going to like it. it kind of plays like Spider-Man. And I'm sitting there, I was like, what do you mean it plays like Spider-Man? But he enjoyed it, and I was like, okay. So I started playing it. And you know, here's the thing. I'm at work and I'm like, okay. I remember that day, I was like, when I get out of work, I'm going to start playing Forspoken, and I'm going to see what it's about. It must be good, right? So I started listening to the soundtrack. I was like, oh, dude, this is going to be good. The soundtrack to this game sounds really good. And then I started playing it, and it started off all right. I was like, dude, this is going to be a good one. And I got into it. I was like, I don't know, man. It's the first time I was already like 2 hours into the game, and I wanted it to end. Let's just put it that way. I wanted it to end. I just started, I was like, okay, man, I already committed 2 hours into this game. Now I just need to get through it. And usually when I'm having fun with the game, I start doing side quests and all that. This one, I just started rushing through it, and I finished it in like, I don't know, man, 8 hours or something like that. It was something crazy. But Forspoken, if you haven't tried it out, man, I don't know if you want to. Let's just put it that way. Now, I picked up Skyrim Special Edition Anniversary Edition for PC. They had a sale this past weekend on Steam. It was like $12 for the Special Edition and the Anniversary Edition. And if you just got the Special Edition by itself, I think it was like $3. But yes, I'm playing Skyrim again. And I want to make a video about this because I'm playing it kind of the same way that I played it when the Special Edition came out back in the day. Pretty similar. The only thing that's different is I'm putting mods. I'm adding mods to the game, trying to make it look as nice as I possibly can. And I'm using the same PC that I used to edit. So really, this PC that I have it's a gaming PC, but it's a low-end gaming PC. I don't do a lot of PC gaming at all, but I wanted to play Skyrim again, but I wanted to do it on my Xbox One X, and that's what I was trying to do this past weekend. The only thing is, it keeps freezing on me. Now, I don't know, the disc isn't scratched, and you're probably saying, well, it's probably the mods that you're adding to the game that's causing the game to crash. No, absolutely not, because it was crashing on me before I even started adding mods, and that kind of like bummed me out. I was like, dude, I just want to play Skyrim again, but I wanted to add mods this time. I have it for 360, I have it for PS3, Xbox One, and PS4. So I started playing it again. I thought, you know, if I can't play it on Xbox, I'll play it on the PlayStation, on PS5, because you can download a PS5 version of the game. But it wasn't this. I don't know what it was, man. It wasn't the same. I wanted to. The mods that are on Xbox aren't on the PlayStation, and there was things that I wanted to add to the game that to change it up a little bit. You can add quests, and you can add, you know, you can upgrade the graphics, and you could pretty much remaster the whole game. So I thought, you know what, let me check to see how much it is on Steam, and maybe later on I'll pick it up if it's too expensive. And no, luckily I looked that weekend because it was on sale this past weekend. So yeah, I'll make a video for sure about this, and I'll explain like how I'm playing Skyrim in 2025, and why I'm playing Skyrim again in 2025. So we're down to the last game. I had to pick up a copy of Forza Horizon 4. Like I said, I like racing games, and this is one of my favorites. I was playing this on Game Pass, and it plays like it's an open world RPG-ish type of game. That's why I enjoy it so much. But I had never got a copy of it because I've always played it on Game Pass. I was like, well, as long as it's on Game Pass, you know, I'm not in a hurry to get a copy, right? Well, earlier this month, my buddy Mark was telling me that the game got delisted, so you can no longer find it on Game Pass. You can't play it on Game Pass anymore. You can't download it off of the Xbox store. You can't get it on Steam. I looked it up. If there's any copies left, like at Walmart, Target, whatever retail store sells video games, physical or digital, you can still pick it up and you can still play the game, but you can no longer download it. They're not making the game anymore or whatever. It's pretty much dead in the water. So I was like, dang man, I had to get a copy just because I enjoyed the game so much. And later on, it's gonna be hard to find copies of this game now that they're not available online anymore. So I had to pick a copy up. If you enjoy racing games and you haven't played Horizon 4, I know Horizon 5 is out now. That's another game I need to pick up. But if you haven't played Horizon 4, dude, you need to try it out. It's a great racing game. But like I said, you have to try it out. But you're not gonna be able to find. You can't get it anymore. That's the only problem, dude. That's the only problem. You can't download it anymore. So naturally, if you have a Walmart that still has copies, go get one, because they're gonna be hard to find, right? I had to get my copy off of eBay because Walmart here used to have them. They don't have them anymore, physical or digital. You know, they're still gonna support the game. Well, no, the game's not being supported anymore, right? You can still play online, and you can still play the game. You just can't buy the game online anymore. That's the only thing. That sucks. But yeah, if you can get a copy, get your hands on a copy. If you don't have it, I'd suggest get it, because they're gonna get, like I said, they're gonna get hard to find and they start getting expensive. So pick one up for sure. But those are the games that I got for Christmas and games that I picked up this past month. Dude, like, out of all the things that I buy, I don't buy what I need. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need a new tripod for this camera. I don't know if you noticed in the video. I kept adjusting the camera because I'm looking at it, and it kind of looks like it's tilting a little bit. So I had to like put like a penny under it to like kind of like get it to straighten up. Dude, I need a new tripod. So like I said, instead of buying stuff that I need, I buy games. But that's not a bad thing, guys. Another thing that I need to get is a dummy battery for my camera, because even though you couldn't tell, but I had to stop for like an hour to charge my battery up, and my battery was charged, and the batteries on my camera's kind of old. I only got the one, so I need to get a new battery. A dummy battery would be ideal. I could just pop it in and plug it in. That'd be that. But yeah, those are the games. If you got any games for this past Christmas or this past month, or are you planning on getting any games, let me know down below. So anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.